It's the 2010 Men's Major from ESPN's Wide World of Sports. Men's Major presented by Busch Light. Resmondo taking on Suncoast tonight. Wherever you are, thanks for making us a part of your evening. It's great to have you with us. If you log on to Facebook.com and become a fan of USSSA slow pitch softball, our poll tonight, who will win the 2010 Men's Major? You see Bill, he goes with Resmondo bringing home the 6th. Scott Brown saying Dan Smith. Rick Eierts Jr. saying Resmondo, the World Series Titan. Ricketts saying Dan Smith. And Nick Simon saying Hub's Pub is not going to win it. So a great little debate going on online on Facebook.com as you become a fan of USSSA slow pitch softball. Resmondo, one of the favorites to win it all as we take a look at the brackets. We can flip through what's happening. Resmondo and Suncoast now. They'll face the winner of either Logo Express or Northwest Combat. That game tomorrow morning, scheduled for 10 a.m. We'll take a look at the rest of our brackets. You can see Dan Smith advance. They'll take on either Aubrey's or AJS. That game Thursday at 9 a.m. On our next bracket, GTL Cartel and Team Combat. That's our final game tonight. They'll take on Albacocos or Gene Shop. And then earlier today, we saw Fence Brokers advance after they took down EWS. They'll take on either Sinister or Woodlaw. It's going to be Don DiDonatis III leading things off. And he's going for it all. And he makes it 1-0, Resmondo. And the second baseman, Greg Connell, look out. That one hit to the top of the hill. What a shot. And it's 2-0. Resmondo as BJ Falk comes to the plate. And BJ Falk drawing the walk. And the co-MVP, Bryson Baker, hitting third in this Resmondo lineup. Nobody out. And Baker gets this one all the way to the wall. He'll score the third run of the ball game. And we've seen a long home run already in this game, and this is a gentleman that can hit it even further. Jeff Wallace. He was missed on the final day in the conference tournament, having to sit out because of heat exhaustion. One away. And Andy Purcell at the plate with a runner on third. It's 3-0. Andy Purcell towards the gap. Branch and Roberts trying to track it down. Baker's going to come in to score. Andy Purcell, it's at second, and here's Brian Rainwater. And to right, Norris. Yes, that's out number 2. So Rainwater retired. That brings up Dennis Ruley. Ruley, I believe, was nearly on the cover of this year's USSSA Almanac. Dennis Ruley, but he was a late change. But he was certainly a candidate to be one of the finalists. Instead, it's a beautiful picture of the globe at ESPN's Wide World of Sports. Into the corner. It'll score another run. As Andy Purcell comes in to score 5-0. Resmondo. Hughes. Bobby Hughes with a runner in scoring position, 5 in. And Hughes trying to make it 7-0. Did he get under it too much? That's the question. Oh, it's gone. Just past the reach of Branch and Roberts. Here's Howie Kraus. Down the left field line. Fair ball. That one stayed fair. Kraus in at second. Getting ready to update our Facebook page with some fresh material. Rachel on the move, interviewing some of the players from Dan Smith, getting some great photos. It's probably about 10-15 minutes away from being up there. Some fresh content, and we're going to try to keep it moving the entire series. As Scott Strebel comes to the plate. The final hitter in this Resmondo lineup, DiDonato's going to bat for the second time if Strebel can get aboard. Into right. Extra bases for Strebel. Howie Kraus comes in to score. 8-0, and DiDonato will bat for the second time. This Resmondo team using the World Series edition. Walk issued to Don DiDonato. Greg Connell into right field. DiDonato's hustling. He's going to hold at third. And coming to score as the throw goes to second. 10 already in for Resmondo. B.J. Falk at the plate. And Bryson Baker into right field. 11 runs already in. Rick Robertson getting set to join us. And it's always a pleasure to have him aboard for this journey, the 2010 USSSA Men's Major presented by Busch Light. We'll have Matthew turn on his mic and then try to get his comments on what you think so far. Rick, you're on.
Hey, great tournament so far. Third game of the night. Weather's cooperated very well. Been downstairs getting things set up.
Have you checked out the Facebook page and some of the stuff that Rachel's been posting so far?
No, I haven't had the chance. It's good stuff.
Good stuff. I think she's
Jeff
going to try to
Wallace.
get an interview with Don DiDonatis.
Wow. Well, Jeff Wallace is the batter. 11 runs, 2 outs.
Wallace has another hit in this inning.
That's in the gap. Both runs score.
It's the 11th hit by Resmondo, the first by Wallace, as he's one of the 2 outs. Rainwater is the other. 13-0 is our score. Very early on, but not the start that I'm sure Suncoast was hopeful for.
Andy Purcell 1 for 1. He hits one. That's deep. There's no chance.
And this one's going to rattle off the wall. Wallace is going to come in from second.
That's 14 now. And Brian Rainwater will step to the plate with 2 away. Top half the first. Rainwater, outstanding defensive player of the 2009 Men's Major World Series. Andy Purcell, co-most valuable player with Dennis Ruley last year. Rainwater. Oh!
My goodness.
That almost hit that. Oh, my. Shot into the right field line stands. Andy Purcell, actually the first player in the history of the World Series to be most valuable player twice. Rainwater out with a strikeout, retires the side.
Productive inning.
Oh, heck, 14 runs. What an inning.
It's 14-0 Suncoast. They're coming to the plate when we come back after this word from Resmondo. They got a picture of us.
Hey, this is Brett Helmer with Easton Sports. I'm Brian Wegman with Easton Sports. Getting ready to drop some bombs with the 09 Easton Batline. The truth is, there is a difference. The difference is Easton. The truth is, I hit bombs.
USSSA is the largest multi-sport athletic association in the world. Headquartered in beautiful Osceola County, Florida, USSSA has now grown to 3.7 million members, competing in 14 sanctioned sports. From fast-pitch softball, basketball, taekwondo, and golf to being one of the largest youth baseball programs in the country, USSSA has a sport for you. Log on to USSSA.com to find out how you can take part.
Play the best and play USSSA.
Jason Branch will lead off the bottom of the first. Suncoast down 14. It's already uphill battle.
Branch into center.
Straight up Bobby Hughes for the first out.
You can see Neil Teague wishing a speedy recovery to Rusty Bumgardner and Nate Holcomb. And David Corr has a comment on your umpires.
Yeah, that's the new BP tops. And special made for the World Series. Those aren't regular umpire shirts that you normally tuck in.
So that's the style. Is that what you're telling us, Rick?
No, I think we'll probably be tucking them in from here on out. I think it looks a little cleaner, a little better. Cannell over to Howie Krause.
And Scott King is retired.
So we're not trying to disrespect the game. It's a new look, and I too agree. I think we'll tuck them in. That'll bring up number 13, Dan Dillingham.
So, David, there's your answer. You ask and you shall receive.
We appreciate all the comments.
Dillingham with 2 away, 14-0. Resmondo in the lead. Here is the first base hit in the right field. Nice grab there by Strebel. So Suncoast has their first base hit of the ball game.
Dustin Roberts. The batter, 2 down. Bottom of the first. Really, Roberts beats it into the ground. Really tries to pick it up, drops it, picks it up, drops it.
Flashback to the conference tournament.
Yes, indeed. So Roberts on first, Dillingham on second.
And David, your comment, we appreciate you as well. Especially all 439 that have tuned in tonight watching. There you are. Matthew's putting you up on the page. David Corr asking the questions. We'll do our best to try to get to them as the night progresses. Hopefully this is a decent way that we can interact. Obviously we can't let the page become a circus as the weekend progresses, but we'll do our best to answer your questions as Lee Trotter comes to the plate, popping it up. And what a grab.
Bryson Baker with his back to the infield makes us a catch, retires the side, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on. 14 Resmondo, 0 for Suncoast as we move into the top of the second at ESPN Wide World of Sports.
partner of the USSSA. With Taija Sports, you can have your team looking like the pros with personalized youth packages starting at around only $100 per player. This package includes one personalized jersey, a pair of pants, backpack, and a Taija Sports Flex-Fit cap. Go to TaijaSports.com, where you'll find additional items to suit your sporting needs, such as high-quality roller bags, batting gloves, and footwear. Taija Sports, where it begins. Resmondo Sports is back with nearly 300 USSSA men's B, A, and AA World Tournament wins, in addition to the record-breaking 5-time USSSA Men's Major World Championships. This weekend only, Resmondo Sports is offering the High Performance Composite Bat Combo of the Year. You can pick up a Worth World Series Edition Resmondo Titan and the 2011 Worth Resmondo Duo for the World Series exclusive price of $4.99 when you buy both. To take advantage, see a Resmondo Sports representative at Disney or log on to ResmondoSports.com and use the promo code WSEDUO. Not playing some extra commercials, and we missed Ruley grounding out.
Dennis Ruley, the shortstop over to first. Lee Trotter makes the catch.
DeMarcus Hicks trying to find out what bat Connell is swinging. We'll be able to send a message down there and try to figure that out for you.
I believe he's swinging his own model, Worth Connell autograph model. I'm not sure the model number. All bats are tested.
They want to know about Burl Steele as well. Yeah, but that's something that you could reiterate because we showed the fans earlier the bins, but we obviously have different people coming in and out, and maybe after this event we'll go down there and show you a little bit what's happening. We're a little bit cut off on getting to show the bin as we see Bobby Hughes pop this one up, and Branch has it. Now let's see if we can zoom in. Maybe Matthew can help point out these bins, Rick, and you can tell us a little bit what's happening just to try to make sure everything is kosher. You can see right there, there's the bin. And Don DiDonatis grabs the bat, pops it back into the bin.
They get a maximum of 20 bats in the garbage can. We test them. Whatever that number may be, if it's 17 or 18 or 20, that's all they get to play with for the weekend. We only test another one if they break one and put it back in. Kraus, line out. That's 3 up, 3 down for Resmondo. After 14 runs in the first, it goes 1, 2, 3. So to continue, we check all 16 teams' bats. We'll keep them, we'll store them, and we'll bring them out when they play. Everybody on a level playing field, and that's the bats they get to play with. They're all tested for compression. If a bat fails the compression test, we'll hold it until they finish the tournament and give it back to them because we have to give their property back. Also, like I said, I'm repeating, only if they break one. And on the first night, let's say you had a guy flying in late tonight or in the morning, they would hold a spot for his bat, and then we would check it in the morning and put it in the barrel. We did it at conference championship, the men's A and the men's B last week. We had 25 teams, and it works very well. So we had no complaints, and I think it's the fairest thing at all, that we do.
Well, I think it's really helped out with just some of the name calling, yada yada stuff that you hear on the outside of things. It's been a little bit quieter now that it's one of those systems. Everybody's being tested. It really ends all the wiggle room on the reason why this guy is so much better is because he's doing something that we can't do.
Exactly. They have a guy that could do something better than we do, and you hear everything. All in all, I mean, we've reached a point. Hopefully David Evall, our general counsel, continues to work on machines. That ball's hit, and that one's deep.
Wow, over 2 fences.
Johnny Dykes, not known for his power, has hit one into the darkness. First run of the game for Suncoast. And Jamie Nelson the batter. Shoots one up the middle.
And see the answers coming as well on this page. Bryson Baker swinging the Worth reload, and Connell swinging the new Greg Connell.
Louis Raina, he hits it in the gap between first and second, right between Cannell and Krause. So Suncoast, one run in on the Johnny Dykes home run. Runners in the first and second, nobody out.
Luis Raina with one away, 2 on.
TJ Norris the batter. It's Raina at first.
Excuse me.
Ruley over to Junior. Got the out at second. Ball hit hard, handcuffed Ruley. Bounced off him over to DiDonatis, who flipped it over to Cannell for the out on Raina for the first out of the inning.
Well, we got a bunch of people getting on our poll tonight who will win the 2010 men's major. And we see a lot of GTL there at the end as we pull up the poll.
GTL back-to-back A World champions. Winner of, I think, 3 of our conference tournaments. Great year. Number 3 seed. They've beaten both Resmondo and Dan Smith.
And to right.
Streeble camps under it. Runner on third, tags up and scores.
Charlie Brown now at the plate.
I want to say that's 2 outs.
Go with 2 away, that's correct.
Who's ever keeping the board struggling a little bit.
It's game 3, Rick, you know. Guess it happens as time progresses.
And he walked in.
Resmondo's still up by 12. But you hate to open things up where they start to feel like they might have a chance.
In a game of slow pitch softball, anything can happen. There's no lead safe. We saw that when Finch Brokers began the first game 6 up, 6 down, and then scored 16 in the third.
Look at the glove by DiDonatis. Wow. Might be the play of the night.
That could be.
It's 14-2 as we go to the third here at Disney.
Hey, this is Brett Helmer with Easton Sports.
Hi, I'm Brian Wegman with Easton Sports.
Getting ready to drop some bombs with the 09 Easton bat line.
The truth is, there is a difference.
The difference is Easton. The truth is, I hit bombs.
Top half the third, Scott Strebel, the right fielder, will lead off. Resmondo on 14, Suncoast 2. ESPN Wide World of Sports. 2010 Men's Major World Series. Game 3. GTL and Team Combat Laser Vision wait to play the last game of the night. That's lined in the center. Jason Branch snags it for out number 1. That's 4 up, 4 down since Resmondo closed out the first inning. Don DeDonatis the third. Home run to lead off the game. A great defensive play to finish off the second inning. He hits another one, and that one, it's fair ball. It's gone right past the foul pole in right field. So DeDonatis with his second solo home run. 15 for Resmondo. 2 for Suncoast. Greg Cannell, that's deep, but it won't be deep enough. Oh, Branch, basket catch, pops out, but he still made the catch for the second out. Now to bring up B.J. Folk. Additional hitter tonight, B.J. Folk. All-conference player. Last year's co-MVP of Conference USSSA with Bryson Baker. Looks at the ball. Two of them. And Bryson, BJ, into the bullpen in right field. Another solo home run. That's 16 now. 2 runs this inning and solo. That was right at Bernie's car, Matt says. Uh-oh. Solo shot by DeDonatis. Solo shot by Folk. 2 outs. And Bryson Baker's the batter. And Bryson hits one to left. And that will retire the side. So here in the top of the third, Resmondo picks up 2 home runs for the 2 runs. They're on 16. Suncoast coming to bat here in the bottom of the third. ESPN, Wide World of Sports, USSSA.com. No, it's Team Combat.
title? Umpire
in chief.
in chief. That's what I thought it was.
That's spelled chief.
Did we say anything intriguing?
No. See, that's how it's going. So far, so good.
That's all right.
Scott King, second baseman to lead off. And Suncoast bats here in the bottom of the third inning.
A good question here online from Jeremy Moody. Who is a sleeper that's going to make a big run in this 2010 USSSA World Series?
I don't know, AJS comes in here on a roll after winning the men's B. Scotty King goes to right. He's on first with a single. So actually, I think AJS could be a pretty good sleeper. GTL, really not a sleeper, as they were back-to-back A World champs, 2009, 2010. You know, it's always Resmondo and Smith, but Don said it best at the luncheon. There's so much parity this year. Really?
Dillingham, that's a grab by Ruley. And almost a 5-4-3 double play.
The 5-4 for the out, 4-3, not a chance. So Dustin Roberts will bat. Roberts pops it up. Didinatis calls off Baker. Makes the grab for out number 2. BJ Folk now catching. Jeff Wallace assumes the AH position. Lee Trotter, 2 down. 16 for Resmondo, 14 in the first, nothing in the second, 2 runs in the third. They have 16, Suncoast 2. And
There's your home run in an elevator shaft.
There you go. A third out of the inning.
There we go. We go to the fourth. It's 16-2. Resmondo in the lead. Taija Sports is the official apparel partner of the USSSA. With Taija Sports, you can have your team looking like the pros with personalized youth packages starting at around only $100 per player. This package includes 1 personalized jersey, a pair of pants, backpack, and a Taija Sports Flex-Fit cap. Go to TaijaSports.com where you'll find additional items to suit your sporting needs, such as high-quality roller bags, batting gloves, and footwear. Taija Sports, where it begins. Resmondo Sports is back with nearly 300 USSSA men's B, A, and AA World Tournament wins, in addition to the record-breaking 5-time USSSA Men's Major World Championships. This weekend only, Resmondo Sports is offering the High Performance Composite Bat Combo of the Year. You can pick up a Worth World Series Edition Resmondo Titan and the 2011 Worth Resmondo Duo for the World Series exclusive price of $4.99 when you buy both. To take advantage, see a Resmondo Sports representative at Disney or log on to ResmondoSports.com and use the promo code WSEDUO. Top of the fourth, 16-2. Resmondo will come to the plate. Couple more questions being pushed across on our USSSA Slow Pitch Softball Facebook page. Shannon Tipton writes, what happens to the bats that fail the compression test? Do they send it in or give it back to the players? And Rick?
We'll give it back to the player after the tournament is complete or after they have lost out of the tournament. Wallace leads off.
Oh, this one's going to be over the scoreboard.
That is way over the scoreboard. That's over 400 feet. And that's between the clock and the big ball up there. Wow. One of the farthest home runs in USSSA history.
Maybe a preview of Friday night where we're going to have the home run derby for you.
Yes, indeed, right here. So that's what we do. We give it back to the player. We don't send it into the manufacturer. I think there was a comment earlier about compression test does not, catch everything. That's a true statement. But it sure takes the compression factor out of everything.
Hot shot. There's a base hit for Andy Purcell. Sending it out into right field, out to Norris. I mean, it's the truth of the matter is it's just almost impossible to police everything.
Well, yeah, but
and so you're doing the best job you can with what we're dealing with. The compression is the biggest issue out there.
Exactly, and what we did in the men's A world, we pulled between 120 and 150 bats. Last week at the B world, we pulled 80 bats. So in 2 tournaments, you have over 200 bats that failed compression.
Rainwater dropped in right field.
Unable to make the play out there.
A nightmare out there for Norris.
So runners at first and second. Purcell on second, Rainwater on first, Rulli the batter. And we've never said, and I don't use this word but very often, but we've never said the player is cheating when a bat fails compression, because the more you hit it, the more batting practice you take, the softer the bat becomes, which means the lower the compression will be. And then when it falls below the 215 magic number, 215, 220, we don't let them play with it.
And it's one of those situations that, from my understanding, the bat is supposed to physically break below that level. It just doesn't necessarily happen right away.
That's true. And I think there's a number of manufacturers, or all of them, maybe next year or the year after.
As you see Rulli ground out, and what a wicked
took him
slide
out at
there.
Second. We've got an injury.
Rainwater sliding hard into King, and hopefully he's all right.
And the trainer Amy's going to go check on him. He made the turn. It was a clean slide by Brian Rainwater. And unfortunately, Scotty King is down.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, he's hurting.
And Suncoast with a thin roster to begin with. Well, they check out King. Let's take a look at our early leaders on our point streak statistics as we take a look at the game so far. You can see Travis Clark, Walker, and Schulte, all three with a perfect batting average. Of course, we only have a couple of games posted, and they have yet to post the Dan Smith results just because the flip-flop is hurting the stats that are powered by point streak. The system doesn't quite understand the concept. And the problem is if we retired 3 outs in a row right now on that, it would basically give 3 at-bats away from those players. I guess maybe they could walk them, but that still messes with the average a little bit. You see Holstein and a number of players with a home run, and Holstein leading in RBIs just early on. And that's something that's going to be interesting as we can take a look at this from the USSSA.com page as it progresses as they take a look at King, but certainly this will be interesting to get to look at the statistics just for this championship.
It's very interesting.
And poor Perry Hensley leading with a 20.57 ERA.
That's a heck of a. Well, Scotty King's coming out of the game. Or is he?
Well, we certainly hope he's just shaken up.
I'm not able to tell the defensive changes.
Hold on. Rick,
Bobby
you're back.
Hughes, the batter. Scotty King out of the game. I can't tell exactly who's in. Hughes walks. Rulli at second. Purcell at third.
Well, King is 72. Suncoast had a thin roster to begin this competition. As Howie Krause comes to the plate with the bases loaded.
Bases loaded, one out.
And it's already 17-2. The final game of the night scheduled for 10 o'clock. Seemed like we were behind schedule, but we could quickly catch up depending on what happens in this inning.
Without a doubt. Ooh!
Off the pitcher into right center field. 2 RBIs for Howie Krause.
That ball hit like a laser right at Johnny Dykes. And he tries to deflect it behind his back with his glove. Whew. You can hear the crowd oohing and awing. 19 for Resmondo now. 2 for Suncoast.
Scott Strebel.
Scott been around the game quite a while. Oh, he hit that one good, Bernie.
That's a double fencer.
Ball is flying tonight. And it tends to fly better when it cools down a bit. We have a beautiful evening. The wind not as strong as it was earlier.
And we're back to Don DiDonatis.
And a right field line foul.
One of the questions John Goodwin asked, what core and compression balls are they using here, Rick?
That is the stadium ball.
As you see DiDonatis reach.
Stadium ball should be a 47 compression, COR. Greg Cannell, the batter. One away. Oh my. That's deep back to the flags. Another nice play by the young man by the USSSA logo. 2-run shot by Cannell. It's now 24 Resmondo, 2 for Suncoast.
B.J. Falk with one away. Joshua trying to find out, are the Resmondo players wearing the power balance bracelets, the real ones? I believe they are, because I think that Rachel and Victoria in our office, they've been walking straighter because they've been using them as well as B.J. Falk.
Wow.
It's that one.
That bounces over the wall, the second wall. I might need to get my hands on a real power bracelet.
I think it would help out.
I walk like a 102-year-old man, hunched over after back surgeries. Bryson Baker.
Bryson Baker into left.
And a question about who's hitting in the home run derby. Top 12 home run hitters in the country receive a bye until the second round. And then one player off each team in the Men's Major World Series, the team's choice. They'll play in the first round. So we have 16. The top 4 out of those 16 will go to the second round to bat with the 12 top runners, home run hitters in the country. Wallace with a single. Baker to second, still one out. 25 runs in for Resmondo. 25-2. We're in the top of the fourth. And will they check those bats? Not sure.
As honest as you can be, right?
Usually we don't check the home run derby bats.
It's probably not a reason to check them, I wouldn't think.
Well, somebody might think somebody has an unfair advantage, but
by the way, we'll take a look at the home run rankings going in. Greg Cannell leading with 95. B.J. Falk second with 77. Sam Lopez third with 74. Wallace fourth with 72. Andy Purcell, by the way, batting.
The ball's hit pretty good. And it's out of here.
A line drive home run.
3-run shot.
Did we get to Tim Coco? He's fifth from Gene Shop. It's 71. Gino Buck from Dan Smith, 6th with 70. Andy Purcell, 7th with 69. Baker, 8th with 67. Wegman, 9th with 67. Helmer, 10th with 64. Rockoff, 11th with 64. And Dal Beggs, 12th with 62. So there's your athletes that have a bye.
All this will take place Friday. Placed just right. Rainwater. And I'm not sure who it was. I think they said it was Adam Whiting said Jamie Nelson, he believed, was playing second. He was the one that got hurt. Scotty King's playing third. And we were going right off the lineups we were providing, but As I look down, I can see that is Scotty King over there. So that's Jamie Nelson. We hope recovers. Hopefully we can get some word on him. Pass it on to you. Thanks, Adam. Really the batter. 28 for Resmondo, 2 for Suncoast. Shoots it right up the middle.
And it continues. So our poll question of the night: who will win the 2010 Men's Major World Series? Got some comments. We've seen Dan Smith. They had a run rule right around the same time. It would appear to me, it might be a bit premature, that we'll see a run rule here from Resmondo.
Most
and
probably.
the one yet to see is GTL.
This next game, GTL and Team That Combat Laser Vision, could be quite intriguing. Bobby Hughes walks, really goes to second, 2 away.
Howie Krause with 2 outs and 2 on.
Howie Krause will be inducted in the USSSA National Hall of Fame in November, right up the road in Daytona Beach. And Howie skies one to center. Jason Branch camps under it, retires the side.
A productive inning again. It's 28-2. Suncoast needs at least 9 runs to get a chance to bat again in the 5th.
And they need quite a few.
Well, we're just told that Mike Rhines is going to come in and play third as we begin the bottom of the 4th. 28-2. Resmondo looking to advance. Johnny Dykes into the night.
Second time Johnny's hit a home run. He's not, I'm repeating myself, he's not known for power, but he's just jacked too.
Makes it 28-3. New USSSA Facebook poll question: who's made the defensive play of the night of the first night here in the Men's Major World Series? And I think Joel Thomas is going with you right now. He's going with Don DiDonatis, who we saw make a brilliant defensive grab.
Back in the 2nd inning.
Bouncing ball. There's out number 1. Brandon asking if the home run derby is going to be live on USSSA Live. Of course. and Jeremiah Johnson-Smith, who was last year's Home Run Derby champion.
Mr. Tim Coco, Gene Shop.
You got these all down. Miguel thinks it's going to be Bryson Baker winning the Home Run Derby this year. I tell you, we see some brilliant swings and some unbelievable hits.
My
Hey,
goodness.
can we chalk that one up? Can he get the award twice in one night?
What a stab by Didinatis. Rain. A one hopper. Didinatis on both knees. Snags it over to first to Krause. Nice play.
And TJ Norris. Final hope here for Suncoast, trying to keep things alive. 28-3. We'll have our final game of the night coming up next.
Got a question back from Courtney Clemens. It's a 47 core. I don't remember the compression, but I'll find it before the next game. Greg Rohr, the bats that the major players use still have to meet the 1.20 BPF bat performance standard. Yes. Home run. Marty
That one
Malloy.
again, it seems like they're hitting it so far that when they hit the parking lot, it bounces over the fence half the time. The second one.
So to answer your question, Greg, yes. They have to meet the 1.2 BPF. We have to be visible so that we can see it. No pronounced flat spots or dents when they check it. I want to say they're using 220 as the low end on the on the compression.
Charlie Brown into left field.
Well, Suncoast needs to pick up 4 more here, Bernie, to go another inning.
We have that flip-flop rule again. And I'm sure the Point Streak folks that are 2 booths away are shaking their head at that prospect.
Yeah, well, if they don't score those, then we'll have the 20-run rule here after 4.
On the ground to second. And it's Resmondo victorious in this one, 28-5.
So next up, GTL Team Combat Laser Vision, game number 4 of the night. Final score, Resmondo 28, Suncoast 5, ESPN Wide World of Sports on USSSA Live.
So it's Resmondo that is advanced. We'll update our brackets for you. They'll take on the winner of either Logo Express or Northwest Combat. Our brackets look like this so far. Dan Smith advancing after defeating Hubs Pub. It'll be Aubrey's or AJS Easton taking on Dan Smith. GTL Cartel Team Combat. They are up next. Albacocos and Gene Shop will face them. Fence Brokers is already advanced. They'll take on either Sinister or Woodlaw. And here at the top of the bracket, Resmondo defeating Suncoast. They'll take on either Logo Express or Northwest Combat. Stay with us. We are going to try to head down to the field where Rachel, who has been trying to grab some of those interviews that she's gotten online for you on Facebook.com, is going to try to add one with some of the winners here of Resmondo. down on the field. And that'll be coming up very shortly. All right, Rachel down on the field getting set to get interviews with some of the winners. She's excited. She's been waiting all day for this. And let's see who she grabs.
Here, I'll do it. Andy, why does your team suck?
Because me and you are on the team.
Oh.
Are you recording? Oh. I'm here with Andy Purcell for Resmondo. He's the pitcher, and they just had a good game against Suncoast, run ruling them. Andy, tell me about the game.
It was a good game for us. Everybody hit the ball, and we made all the plays we were supposed to make.
Do you have any expectations for this tournament?
Yeah, keep scoring runs like we're doing, and hopefully win this thing.
Just a joy to talk to. Thank you.
I know that.
Hello? Got it. All right, I'm here with Dennis Rulli for Resmondo, and they just finished up their game against Suncoast. Dennis, how was the game today?
It's a good game. The hardest ones are the first ones. I mean, you come out tonight, and you never know what's going to happen in that first game. Every weekend we go away. Friday night's always the toughest one. Today, we come in a couple of days early, and the guys got together and said we really need to do it. Just come out strong, and we did. You know what I mean? We did. It's tough. You get the family down here and relaxing, and you get in this. This is my son Easton.
You got Easton here.
He's my legacy right here. It's just one of those things where you get that first one out of the way, and the guys relax. And we've had a couple of rough weeks, man, with the conference and Detroit, and the guys brought it. We all know what we got to do, and this is it. This is what matters. This weekend.
Yep, you guys definitely got the bats going tonight. Are you having fun, Easton?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite part about this tournament?
Watching my dad hit home runs.
Yeah. You like that?
Daddy don't hit those too often, but
All right. Thank you guys.
Rachel helping out, getting some interviews, doing a nice job down there. She's also going to grab a couple more players on Facebook.com, and we'll get that for you. Again, reminder, log on to Facebook.com, where you can become a fan of USSSA slow pitch softball. We have comments that we're going to try to get in during the game, questions that Rick and I will try to bring you. And you got to scroll a long way, but we also have some video being posted that you can comment on as well as some pictures that we'll add as the weekend progresses. We got another game coming, GTL and Combat, at the top of the hour. We'll be right back in about 10 minutes.